Good morning, traders. This is Ad Zeros. Can you guys hear me? How's the volume? Good morning, everybody. This is Ad Zeros. Can you guys hear me? All right. So Dow is really moving up very strongly across the board. Uh, Nasdaq, S&P, Dow, all futures are up, and the gold is up to by 3.2 dollars, which is a 0.18 percentage. National gas is up, so overall green across the board. So long bias towards the long side. Okay, awesome. Let's look at the SPY, what it did yesterday, and then we're gonna start planning. Start looking at the gappers. So let me just put the daily here, and here you go. So okay, so if you look at the SPY daily, it was coming down. We were expecting it gonna might move down further because it was consolidating within the range. And I think what SPY did, it came down. This is exactly the support we have marked yesterday in the pre-market session, and it touched that support and moved back up. So that's very nice. That's what we're expecting. It moved back up now. So now again the SPY moving into the all-time high territory. So when 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 it's congested, it's really hard to trade. So now I rather now is want to grow to break out, or what it does is make a new high and continue, or is just new make a new high and fade quickly that people will start taking a profit in. So that we need to see here. If you look as the Nasdaq is still below the all-time high. It's almost $6. $6 are below the all-time high, so it still has a chance to uh, move up and then come down or continue moving up now. So that's one. Uh, Good morning, Louis. And now let's look at the gappers. Since everything is moving up, let's see what we have on gapping up stocks. So for gapping up stocks, there are three stocks which are in on my scanner. One is a Piton. Piton, we know that it's sold off so heavily in the last few days. Uh, from April 15th, it just keep coming down. It's almost a month. Yesterday was a very bullish day. I traded the speed down. You guys can go and check the recap. How did I trade that? Hi, Andre. How's your new job? And yeah, guys, really appreciate. Give a thumbs up. And uh, so now it's moving up. Now let's see that whether it gonna consolidate and keep moving up, or is just slim down again and then just start selling off. So definitely is a good stock to play, and we will keep an eye. There is a resistance over the on the short term on the 90 level. Then there's also a resistance uh, at the 98 and 100 level. So we definitely gonna keep this into our radar. Piton. Usually, I do not have a good track record to trade Python, but last week I'm playing really well. So I'm gonna continue looking at this Python. Hi Nick, good morning. So yeah, so Python is definitely a good stock to keep an eye. Let's do some intraday leveling here. Uh, After selling off is really nicely making bull flag. I traded yesterday. If you have missed the recap, go and check it out. And after hours, it has a good boom. It's maybe the earning day, I guess. And if you look at it now, 87 is a nicely formed support, and the resistance for us is at this point in the pre-market is 89, and there are other levels on the daily which we have already marked here, and this is going to be levels which we're going to play. First thing, what we need to see in the opening hour, when some market opens, we need to see that whether the Piton opens above these levels or below these levels or within the same level. The next thing what we need to see is whether it holds any of these levels or it doesn't hold any of these levels. So if it's break down, then definitely we will see that there's a weak, and the only thing which we can play is maybe the reversal of the prior day once it closed the gap, and then we can play. And if it's hold all these levels and stay strong, then definitely the 91 to 97 going to be a range, and we're going to find in between some ranges to play our setups. The next stocks I have is Roku, but Roku is very hard to trade because expensive stock and spready. Uh, Other than that, I do not have anything based on my criteria on the gapper. Let's see if I just wake a little bit my criteria, what else I found. So I found SKLZ, and SKLZ is, I think it's looks started moving now. Kathy Wood is really bullish on this. So if you look at it, it went all to the $45, and after 40, reaching to $45 on February 8th, it sell off very hardly and came to $12. Then it moved in the 4 days to 21, pulled back, and now if it's look like a $15 is kind of a support here. So it's a really interesting play. We can have it. Definitely $15 is a nice support, and we see there is a resistance we have marked in the 1770, and 17 also we can say is a smaller resistance. If we go to intraday or 15 minutes chance to see that how it is looking, just looks really good. If you look at it prior day, this was a high of the prior day, which right now the stock is already above that. So let's just look at the 5 minutes chance just to make it. So here, 8:30 volume came in and it's broke all the levels. So now what we need to see that whether it sustain this move or it just lose all at the gain. So if it's sustain and stay over $16, then next level is at the 1695, and the next level is at the 1749. So this stock can be in play if depending that what level it stay on throughout the day. Yeah, Andre, usually any new job it is like that, right? They're gonna keep you busy for a while. Yeah, yeah. Guys, gonna appreciate if you guys give a thumbs up and share on your Facebook, or share with your friends about our channel. And next one, SKLZ. So I'm gonna shortlist the SKLZ as well. And the next one I have is SQ. SQ is also a bit expensive. It's hard to play stock. Um, but let's see that if we find any nice daily, then we can play because it also have an impact on the Bitcoin. So it's hard to play with. Just let's leave this stock. I mean, it's hard to play unless you guys want to trade. I can analyze a bit for you. If you do not want to trade as well, then I will just move on. Let's look at the DKNG. So DKNG daily is a bit bearish. Found a support here at the $50. Move back up. Now what we need to see that this keep all these gains which DKNG had in the pre-market, or is going to lose because if right now if you look at the pre-market, it looks good with a nice candle form, came down, gapped up, came down, now moving back up in the waves. So let's mark these levels on the pre-market level. I think this stock uh, can be a nicely in play, and let's do that. Okay, so 55 is a level. I would also mark this as a resistance. I will mark this as a support on the pre-market, which is 52.61, and I'm also gonna mark this as a smaller resistance, which also coincide with the one day before in the pre-market. So it's really respecting the yesterday moves. Let's see that, what it does on the resistance. If it's crossed this level, then this range is going to be in play. Otherwise, see, this is strongly rejecting that level. Okay, let's see what it's gonna do in the pre-market, and then you can appropriately plan to trade. Okay, so that's all I have. Three stocks: DKNG, SKLZ, and the Piton. And now let's look at the gapping down stocks. So gapping down is only BYND. BYND is also really extended on the downside move. It is been coming down since it broke the news on January 26, which touched the $228. And since then, if you look at it, completely downtrend. And if we mark this also here, uh, it's also a wedge, but wedge also broke now, is under the wedge. And the next support, what I see is this was a support here, which kind of capped it yesterday and moved back up, but now today again is gapping down. So what we need to see that whether this stock is going to continue coming down or is going to move back up. I felt it that this is a multiple day move, so it's most likely gonna move back up. Uh, there isn't strong support which go back to the January 20th, right? Look at this as a support, then become a resistance, then it become a resistance, then it's become a support one time tested. So has a good potential. It definitely has a good potential. Um, Now let's see the 30 minutes candle. Uh, this major move happened uh, in the last half an hour, and so I don't know, is there any news broke here and which may result into the significant loss. And now what we need to see that whether the stocks stay above this level, or or stay below the pre-market level. But definitely, I'm not going to go short between this ranges between the 8 to 108 to 105. That is going to be tricky. We can get a really hard squeeze on it. So I'm not going to trade here. If you look at the 5 minutes chart to better see what's happening, see here the movement it came down here in the last 15 minutes is already over $2. So this is what I'm talking about, that it can squeeze really hard uh, on this area, because it seems like that this is the demand area where most of the people are buying at the 100 level. Yeah, so it's an earning play. So yeah, we need to keep an eye on this. That what happened. So anything else I don't have anything else on this scanner. Let me quickly check. No, I don't have. Let's look at the what Lois is posting or Andre is posting. I think CCXI. Let's look at. So CCXI, wow, looks really beautiful. Okay, let's look at the day. CCXI, let's look at the CCXI. And CCXI on the daily. Look at this. Oh my goodness, how ugly it is. Uh, let's look at the little longer view to see that what is happening here. Okay, so on the November 19th, it has a big pull up. It from 10 to 40. After that, it just stayed over there, and then suddenly it coming down with with the same volume what we had here. So seems like all the there's some institutional investors who got in on this scandal are coming down at this point now. There's something need to be really a bad news. Now we look at the daily, it came down from 50 to 24 and now from 18 to 12. So I don't know how much juice is remaining at this point right now. Uh, right now is already 54% down. It's really extensively down. So it's very hard to play these kind of gaps which are that much, but we can still mark the levels and we'll see that do we get anything out of that if we can get it. And if we go to daily, I can't find. Let's go to weekly and then find some levels on that time. There is a nice level around $10. So let's mark that level at $10. Just mark it as a whole because sometime $10 become the levels. Okay, so we're gonna do like this. Okay, next is the PCT. I'm retrieving the data. Guys, if you wanted to introduce yourself, if you have not introduced those who are viewing our channel, feel free to introduce. And if you have any questions, ask, and I will try to help you out if I can. I don't know, isn't letting me pull the data is getting hang. Let me look at another one, the frog. The frog daily, I think, is a new IPO. It's bearish right now. Last few days is coming down. Uh, no more support after that. Heavily coming down. Uh, so the question is that whether it's going to have an inside day or it's going to break. So we wanna see because there is no other support here on the based of the past data. So this is if it's going to get weak, it's just going to keep coming down. So let's look at just the pre-market play on this. It can be a good stock, but right now the volume is not good. We can mark yesterday low for us for our understanding. Uh, After hours peak, see, look at this after hours high is also matching the pre-market high. So that's going could be a resistance now, and definitely so far as a pre-market support is 37. So let's mark this and we'll see that how does it go. TCPH. So yeah, daily is weak, coming down. Why I do not have any percentage? Is this halted? Is TCPH is halted? Because it doesn't show me anything here. It seems like it's maybe halted. All right. Any other stocks, Andre, Nick, Louis, you guys want me to look at it? Let me see other scanners on the. Other stock, I'm just thinking that keep an eye on the TLRY. TLRY has over 15% short float, so it can give it a short squeeze. Is also on the SSR restriction. So when the stock is on the SSR restriction, is mean that it's most likely can give us a short squeeze. So right now it is gapping up 8%. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this. Let's mark some levels on the daily. That was a yesterday low. If we go a few days before, uh, on the January 19, that was the support resistance, support we had, and now it's become a resistance. And let's mark this as also support. There's mark this as a resistance. Another resistance could be a 20. So let's see how does it behave. Uh, let's look at the 5-minute candle right now. Good forming up and going up and down. Nicely making waves. So definitely, we're gonna make it like this, and we can also keep this in our review. Can you repost it because I don't see any message for Upstox. So I only see your message. Oh yeah, I see. Okay, I saw that moving up. So ETCG. Okay, yeah, I saw that. ETCG. Let's look at that daily. Okay. Wow, beautiful. It's look like a more extended stock. The given it is moving, but it's moving with the high volume. So what is previously looking like? Let's quickly check here. So last time it that high is on 71, which is October 2019. Hmm. Okay, now look at this 5 minute chart. Let's see. So there's no volume at this point. Uh, Yesterday high is 96, very close to the whole number, and also this was a support. So it's very nice, big ranges it has. Okay, so we need to see now. See here, what I'm looking at right now. So it opened, moved back up, came down, consolidated, went on the moving up, found the resistance, came down, moved back up, and it lost everything what is over the resistance and then closed below the resistance. And resistance has also become the prior day close. Now, what we need to see today is that whether the stock is gapping down and stay below these two levels, which is between 89 to 83. And if it stay, it seems like right now is very small negative. And if it stay like this, it's we might going to see downward trend, and we can play the extended strategy, which is we can get couple of points here. So let's mark also this. So it seems to me that this is going to make a wedge here in the initially, and this is going to be the range is going to play, and whether we're going to see that whether it's is going to wedge up and break all-time high and touch the go over this resistance of 89, or it comes down here. Okay, and we also need to see that what is going to be a volume in the first few minutes. Okay, if you see here yesterday, even in the first 5 minutes, there was no volume. Look at this, no volume at the first 5 minutes. The volume started at the 9:35. Uh, no, I think there's a gap here. No, no, I think that's fine. That's fine. There was a volume, but here, this is the volume, so that's fine. Okay, so next one is the BCFG, BGFV. Looks good. I think the similar thing we need to see here. Let's look at the 5 minutes chart for daily. Right now it is up over the 29, which is below the yesterday high. So just keep an eye on this. WW. This was second day gapping up very much over this resistance. So we need to see that whether it pulled back and give us an extended strategy or is become a continuation move. Right now there is no volume, so we can't see anything. Looks good. So this was the first day, and if it's the first day, most likely people wait for a pullback to get in, or if it's going to break out again, then people are going to get in because the first day of the big move. There's also likely that those people who have bought it here, they immediately start selling off the moment they see the stock is moving down. So it can be a both way. The last resistance is of the 25, so it's hard to predict at this point what it's going to do. Uh, Based on my 2 cents, what I'm looking at right now, the charts. Guys, any other questions? If not, then mm, have a great green day. And it's Friday. Keep it slow. Don't trade in the first few minutes. Give some time. Market is, as I said, the market is all-time high. So we don't know whether it's going to keep the gain and continue to break out, or it's just sell off by making new high, just sell off like this. So touch the new high and sell off. So it can also done the same thing. So we don't know now. So just keep closely spy on your computer to see what you're gonna do. I'm gonna really appreciate if you have not given the thumbs up. Please give us a thumbs up and let me know your feedback. That how do you like it? Is there anything we can improve? Feel free to introduce yourself, ask the questions you have, and I will try to answer my best. All right, guys. So have a great green day and I have a nice weekend. Uh, if you are red for the week, my advice is do not trade today. If you are green or a break even, if you're break even, then also try to just take one or two trades with a small size. If you are green, then just uh, put the amount at risk, the amount you've earned on yesterday as on Thursday. Don't give up too much what you have over the week. As a new trader, some of the mistakes we do that we earn on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and we give up everything to the market on Friday. So my advice is that you only risk what you have earned on Thursday, not more, not less. And if you are red, try trade on a simulator for your practice to learn. And if you're break even, also go to the simulator. That is my advice to you.